separate notes copy.
Okay, can you show it to me right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take it.
Sir, I only made notes of that chapter which I had troubles understanding.
No issue, no issue. You can show notes of those chapters to me as well. But that is not the how you should be taking notes. Now you should be preparing notes for each and every chapter. Huh? Like you are not having a regular school, it's a home schooling, but still I would suggest that at least write the important points from each and every chapter. Okay. Hmm. Also, why others haven't still joined? Let me drop a reminder for them. You got it, Arhan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just let me drop a message to counselor. I will check. I will be seeing your copy. Call others. Yeah.
Sir,
Okay. Hmm. Yes. Turn the page. Hmm. That is, I can see you have made a circuit and the electrodes are connected into the speaker. It's electrolyte now.
yes, sir.
Electrolysis. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. Also, will you also be appearing for a legal entrance exams also?
No, sir.
Not for AMU. Okay.
So this is the sound chapter.
This is related to sound chapter. Let me have a look. Okay, turn the page.
Sir, I haven't made the ear diagram.
Okay. 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 Hmm. Yes, Ma. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Alaikum sir, I'm fine.
All right. So let's do revise what we studied in the chapter so far. अभी तक हमने क्या discuss किया chapter में? Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
suppose we are having a science class after 2 or 3 days, right? Okay. So if you guys remember, we have discussed several things in regard to metals or non-metals. How do metals react with air? First of all, starting from Mohs, metals react with air to form what? Metals air के साथ react करते हैं, basically oxygen के साथ react करते हैं. Then what do they form? Yes. Yeah. Hello, Mohs. I'm talking to you.
Yes sir.
Metals plus oxygen will give you what?
Metals plus
Metal plus oxygen. Look at the screen here. Metal plus oxygen.
hmm
That gives you what?
metal plus oxygen sir. Water.
What? Think again. Think
Mm,
again. Yeah, next, Arahan, you. Metal plus water gives what?
The hydroxide
Hydroxide. Just hydroxide.
plus oxygen.
Oxygen,
Hydrogen. Hydrogen.
hydrogen. Hydrogen. What do we call that hydroxide? Metal hydroxide, no?
Yes, sir.
So metal hydroxide. Okay. And then plus hydrogen. I can see you guys aren't revising the things. ऐसे ही आपको बिल्कुल benefit नहीं होगा class में. You won't be benefiting with the class then. Hmm? Make sure you revise the things. Yeah, Moz, metal plus oxygen gives you what?
sir.
Hmm.
Magnesium.
Magnesium. I haven't taken the example of the magnesium here. If you were to take the example of magnesium and oxygen, then obviously you will be getting, अगर let's say कि आपकी बात में मानता हूँ, let's say magnesium में लेता हूँ and oxygen. So magnesium plus oxygen will give me what?
What?
हाँ
So
हाँ
should I?
हाँ, you can tell.
The magnesium oxide.
मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड मिलेगा हमें ना, MgO. Magnesium oxide, and magnesium is a metal, so thereby you are getting a metal oxide now.
Yes,
Always
sir.
remember. Okay, Namaz. No issue if
Yes,
you
sir.
if you haven't revised, but now you will have to revise because in every class I will be asking question from everyone. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
that gives you a metal oxide.
Hmm.
Okay, can you guys, both of you, can you quote an example of a metal that reacts explosively with water? एक
Potassium.
explosion होता है. Potassium. Okay, one more example. Can you guys quote?
Should I?
You can also. Yes,
Uh,
that
so
is sodium. Hmm. That is sodium. All right. Okay. Now, you guys do tell me one more thing. Will non-metal react with water to give anything? Will the reaction take place? Yeah, was. Will the non-metals react with water? Hello.
No, sir.
No. Okay. Also, like Arhan showed his notebook to me. He showed his class notes to me. Can you also show me how you are making notes of the class? I would like to see it here.
Class notes?
Yeah, like whatever we are having in the class, whatever we are discussing, you are
Yes, sir.
supposed to make notes of that, right? So
In
what are
class only?
after the class you can make in the free time, right now? Like class may sometimes making parallel notes is difficult because if I were to ask you guys to make notes in the class also and then listen to me also, so a
Hmm.
particular chapter will almost take 10 classes. So that is not possible. So you are required to make notes of the things we are discussing in the class. All right now.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hmm. So have you made any notes so far?
No, sir.
Why haven't you made any notes? Can you show your copy to me on the screen? Have you have you got any copy in front of you right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever things I write here, okay,
Hmm.
some things are very important. Okay now. So make
Yes.
notes of them in your copy. Otherwise, you will be not benefiting with the class. Okay. So
Yes.
non-metals, do they react with water?
no, sir.
Obviously no. ठीक है, ये reaction नहीं करता है. Talking about metal plus acid, metal plus acid, that gives you what?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
So is barium reactive with water?
is barium.
Yes, sir.
Barium is a non-metal, right? Barium is
Yes,
a non-metal. Barium, I will have to look into it. I'm not entirely sure about it, so can't say anything. Okay, Rahan.
yes, sir.
Barium, I will have to look into it. Okay, so metal plus acid gives you what?
Salts plus hydrogen.
Salt plus hydrogen, right? Okay, can we have an example here? Yes, let's take an example. Who will give the example
The
of a
copper
metal
sulfate.
reacting? Mm-hmm.
Copper
Copper,
sulfate.
copper sulfate. Okay, then metal,
Zinc.
zinc plus copper sulfate.
It will displace it. Yeah.
It will displace it now because zinc is higher in the reactivity series. Zinc है, then फिर हमें iron मिलता है, then lead, then copper, right now.
Yes, sir.
So it will displace it. So thereby you get zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas, right? Okay, we have other examples also. For example, you have the magnesium reacting with HCl. Okay, so examples are very important. Do remember the examples. At least remember one examples.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? So magnesium reacts with HCl to form magnesium chloride. Okay. Hmm. Has anyone else joined the class yet or not?
No, sir.
Not yet. Okay. Now moving ahead, also do tell me like how does the reaction with bases were happening? Were the metals reacting with bases?
Yes, sir.
So there what we were obtaining? Yes. Again, we were obtaining what?
Salts and what hydrogen.
Salt plus hydrogen, right? So whether metals react with acids or bases, salt and hydrogen is formed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And talking about the non-metals, क्या non-metals dilute acids के साथ react करते हैं? Do the non-metals react with the dilute acids? Both of you.
Non-metals, sir.
Non-metals, do they react with the dilute acids?
No, sir.
No. So non-metals will not be reacting with the dilute acids. Do remember that. Non-metal plus dilute acids. No reaction takes place here. Talking about the reaction of the um, non-metals with bases. So usually does the reaction occur?
No, sir.
And even there are very few exceptions, right? So where even if the reaction were to happen, only salt will be formed while hydrogen gas is not released. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then in the reactivity series, which was the most reactive element we had? रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज में हमारे पास सबसे ज्यादा रिएक्टिव मेटल कौन सा है?
Sir, potassium.
Potassium, right? Okay. So potassium is in the top of this list here. That is potassium. Okay. And as we go down in the reactivity series, the chemical reactivity of the element decreases. We did talk about displacement reaction also, right?
Yes,
Where
sir.
a reactive metal was displacing a less reactive metal from its salt solution, like this हमने discuss किया था, right? Here iron is more reactive than copper, hence it displaces it.
Yes, sir.
We had several other examples of it also. Okay, now. Okay, by the way, this zinc sulfate plus copper was will displacement happen here? Yes, always have a. Okay, first tell me, have you guys memorized the reactivity series or not? Moz,
Yes, sir.
Arhan, both of you.
Yes, sir. I
Yeah,
have.
good. Okay, can you tell me the name of the? Can you dictate it?
Sir, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, and uh,
Aluminium,
aluminium, zinc, iron, nickel,
mhm.
copper.
Lead. You forgot lead. Iron, lead.
Yes, sir. Lead and copper, platinum,
Silver,
gold, silver.
then gold, right? Okay. So you guys haven't got any option. You will have to memorize it. Okay, now. Good, Arhan, you have memorized it. Moz, you also have to memorize the reactivity series.
Sir, in
Okay.
order.
This here in
Order.
obviously in order. Okay. If you were not to revise it in order, then what sense does it make? आपको पूरे order में याद करना है. Okay ना? So in your NCERT book, you will also find a reactivity series. So from there you can memorize it. Make sure you memorize it because I will be asking it again and again in the class. Okay, Moz, Arhan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, what is left in the chapter?
In the chapter, basically what is left in the chapter is like we are going to discuss about the uses of the metals, right? What are some of the uses of the metal that we'll be discussing? What are the uses of the non-metal? Then we will take some questions from the chapter, then the chapter is going to be finished. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
So that is the thing we are going to do today. ठीक है, ये बस मैं कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा था. Right? Okay. Mm, let's have some more questions because uses it will take just few minutes to complete. ठीक है ना? कुछ मैं
Yes.
क्वेश्चंस आपसे वापस से पूछ रहा हूँ. Some extra questions. So listen carefully. Okay, because I haven't typed the questions here, so I will be just dictating the questions. ठीक है ना? So let's say I will write it as well. मैं कहता हूँ question number 1 is that you have an element that is reacting with oxygen to form an oxide. Okay, an element is reacting with with oxygen to give oxide. अब ये एलिमेंट मेटल है या नॉन मेटल है, यू डोंट नो इट राइट नाउ, ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
देन ऑक्साइड इज व्हाट? बेसिकली ये मेटलिक ऑक्साइड हो सकता है, नॉन मेटलिक ऑक्साइड हो सकता है.
Yes, sir.
If you guys pay attention carefully in the class, if you remember, I told you about a term aqueous. Aqueous solution मैंने कभी बताया है क्लास में. Aqueous solution is what?
Sir,
Aqueous. हाँ.
elements which do not produce hydrogen gas.
No, 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 that is a different thing. Aqueous solution is basically you have anything in dry form, you mix water into it, it dissolves into water, you have an aqueous solution. Basically, aqueous solution means a solution that consists of water as the solvent,
Yes, sir, you told us.
right? Was got it now? So that is aqueous
Yes, sir.
solution. So in order to check the property of a given oxide, whether it is a metallic oxide or whether it is a non-metallic oxide, so in order to check its acidity or basicity, I need to mix water into it. Remember, for example, in the activity also I did told you. If you guys remember, let's say कि magnesium है, this reacts with HCl, or let's say this reacts with oxygen. So thereby it gives you magnesium oxide. But right now you can't determine whether it's a metal, acidic or basic substance in nature. For that purpose, you will have to add water into it. So
Yes, sir.
MgO में हमने water add किया. So thereby I'm getting magnesium hydroxide now, MgOH whole 2. Right now I will be able to determine its property using the pH paper, using the pH scale. Right now, I mean litmus paper use करके हम बता पाएंगे. Getting this thing or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also जब pH scale में हम क्या है ना, basically if you were to use a pH scale now, so there also you will get to see like there are different color marks on the pH paper also. pH paper colorful होता है, right?
It determines acidity and basicity.
Exactly, or also it tells you, it gives you a rough idea about the strength of the acid or the base,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay. So the basic question I'm asking you, you guys said is that you have this oxide. Now, an aqueous solution of this oxide is turning red litmus paper into blue, and aqueous solution. This means solution. This means solution in short form. I write it like this. So an aqueous solution of oxide is turning red litmus into blue. Okay. So now you guys have to tell me whether this is a metal or a non-metal, and also give reason for your answer.
Sir, in chat.
Hmm.
Okay, sir.
It would be better if you answer this in the chat box. Okay. Yes, Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Walaikum Assalam.
Okay. So, Ahmed, right now we have pretty much completed the chapter metals or non-metals. All right. So in this chapter, we did talked about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. We did also talked about the. While I'm talking to Ahmed, you guys are required to give your answer in the chat box. Moz, you also. Also, both of you turn your cameras on in the class. Okay. Arhan, you have already. Moz, you also turn your camera on in the class. So see here, Ahmed, I was saying that we have now pretty much covered the chapter. All right. So right now we are taking some questions from the chapter. What you can do for the missed portion, you can watch the recordings, or if you still be having difficulty, then you can ask the questions to me, right? Or if need be, we would be scheduling some classes for that. Yeah, and I also suppose like Ahmed, as you told me, your exams are over now, right?
Sir, I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ahmed, you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
So I'm saying that. Did you listen to me what I said?
Yes, I couldn't.
Look, basically, I was saying now we have pretty much completed this metals and non-metals chapter, right? Okay. So ये chapter हमने complete कर लिया, and I suppose we did this chapter for the first time, right, Arhan? Right now, we did this chapter for the first time.
Yes, sir.
So what you can do, Ahmed, since you missed this chapter, you can watch the recordings of this chapter. There, you will get to learn so many things. And if still you have some doubts, you can ask those doubts to me.
Sir, where
Okay,
do
now
we get the recordings?
you guys are not getting the recordings on the app.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
You guys have the application of Learnivio or not?
No, sir.
Sir, I don't. I
You
can't
don't.
log in it.
Acha, you can't log in. What about others? You guys are able to log in or not?
Sir, I never know.
Please speak aloud. I can't hear you.
I didn't know there was an app.
Okay, okay. I will ask the team regarding this to inform you guys about this. Okay,
Sir,
and
I
help you.
told the council about it, but they didn't do anything.
Acha, okay, that's the case. Okay, so also if you know, like there's a YouTube channel also of Learnivio, right? But then the problem is there you will have to search for the videos, right? Problem like कि usually आपको title कहीं पे नहीं मिलेगा, so you might be having problem then. Okay, I will ask the team regarding this. No, I will consult the team regarding this. Okay, anyway, so guys, the question I gave you, Ahmed, you also listen to this question. Why my camera keeps turning off? Yeah, again. So the question is that there's an element that is reacting with oxygen to give a oxide. An aqueous solution of this oxide is now turning red litmus into blue. So this is a basic or acidic solution. The answer you have gave Arhan, that is correct. Yeah, what about you, Moaz?
Yes, sir.
You got the answer of this one or not?
Yes, sir.
So answer in the chat box.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Don't wait for me to say, like, just answer in the chat box. Yeah, Ahmed, did you got what I'm explaining to you? What I just told you?
Not really, sir.
Ahmed, am I perfectly audible to you or not?
Yes, sir, you are, but I didn't understand what you said.
Look, basically मैंने ये कहा ना, I just said this thing like the chapter we were doing right now, metals plus non-metals. ठीक है, ये chapter हमने almost 80% complete कर लिया है. We have completed 80% of the chapter. So आप इन chapters के इस chapter के आप recordings देख सकते हैं. You can watch the recording of the chapter, right? And see अगर आपकी कुछ questions हैं, if you have any doubts, then you can ask that to me. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And try to continue from here, because यहाँ से बहुत ही easy portion हमें discuss करना है. Simply use कर discuss करना है metals and non-metals. And yeah, we have left half an hour is left. Guys, you are not getting the question. Why you are answering the name of the oxide to me, Moz? See, basically क्या होता है ना, all of you know that bases will turn which litmus paper to which color? It will turn
Red into
red
blue.
litmus into blue. I suppose this you all have studied, or if not studied this thing now. Okay ना, अगर आपने नहीं पढ़ा है तो know this thing that इससे भी पहले आपको ये मालूम होना चाहिए, like when a metal will react with oxygen, it forms a basic oxide. ठीक है, ये basic oxide बनाता है. ये हमें कब पता चला? When we added some water into it. Basic oxide में हमने water add किया, right? So then I use the litmus paper. So मैंने देखा कि this is turning red litmus paper into blue,
Blue.
right now. So bases जो होते हैं, it turns red litmus paper to blue. Okay, to blue color. Got this thing, right? Everyone got this or not? Was
Yes, sir.
now second question. You guys tell me, like, why iron is not deposited over a copper plate? when the copper plate will be dipped in the iron sulfate solution. Let's see कि ये एक solution है, इस solution में हमारे पास copper sulfate है.
Sir, answer in the chat.
हाँ, again answer in the chat. So let's say कि मैंने एक copper plate लिया है मैंने, copper plate, ठीक है. So I have taken a copper plate. Or we will have to take a iron sulfate solution here. Iron sulfate solution हमने लिया है. We have taken iron sulfate solution. Iron sulfate solution is basically what? It is an acid. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
So look here. Why is it that this iron will not be deposited over this copper plate? Iron की deposition क्यों नहीं होगी copper plate के ऊपर? You guys have to answer this. Ahmed, Moaz, you guys got this or not? Exactly, Irhan. That is the reason. Okay, now. So for this, you guys have to refer to the reactivity series. See, Ahmed, you also try to understand this thing. Like when you will study about the reactivity series, okay, when you will watch the recording of this, here we have basically in a vertical order, we have arranged the metals based according to their chemical reactivity. Right now. So potassium की chemical reactivity सबसे ज़्यादा होती है, then sodium, then calcium, right? Okay. So then यहाँ पर हम देखते हैं like iron is here, copper यहाँ पर है. So हमारे पास let's say कि iron sulfatic solution है. You have FeSO4. Getting this now? FeSO4 is there. Or let's say कि copper is trying to react with it, but reaction is not happening. Copper is trying to react with iron sulfate. If anyone doesn't know what this is basically iron sulfate. Okay? And this is copper. So the thing is that look at the position of the copper. Where is it in the reactivity series? Is it above or below iron? Yes, Ahmed, you answer this to me. Yeah, Ahmed, copper is here now,
Yes, sir.
and it is below iron, right? So in the order, it is in the lower order. So hence it is lesser reactive. So a lesser reactive metal will not react, will not replace a more reactive metal from the salt solution. Getting this thing or not? So hope that is clear. Okay, no? So that is a, by the way, that is a salt. Don't confuse it with acid. Okay, no? So that is a salt. So hope that thing is also clear. Okay. Now let's say कि there's a girl. There's a basically a student has done what now? A student took a piece of burning charcoal. Charcoal, you all know what is a charcoal?
Yes, sir.
Burning charcoal, right? Looks like a carbon, but it is slightly different from carbon because it is burnt in absence of air.
Yes,
So
sir.
हमें charcoal मिलता है, right? So someone took a piece of burning charcoal and some gases would be emanating out of it. Some gases would be coming out of this burning charcoal. So the student collected the gas coming out of it in a test tube. एक test tube में student ने जो gas आ रही है उसे collect कर लिया. ठीक है? Now, how will that student find the nature of the gas collected in this test tube? Huh? How will how it is studied कि ये जो gas collect हो रही है test tube में, what is the nature of this?
Sir, there are several gas, right?
There are several gases. There are several gases, but out of that, one gas will be in majority.
Yes, sir.
So you guys think of this. First of all, charcoal basically क्या है? It is a type of what?
Sir, carbon burn in the presence of air.
Absence of air. Absence of air.
Yes. Yeah.
Right now. So charcoal basically a kind of carbon है ना?
Yes, sir.
And Ahmed, Moaz, Arhan, you guys know carbon is a non-metal. कार्बन नॉन मेटल है, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Any or is there doubt in this thing also? Like carbon is a non-metal. Look, in the beginning here in the periodic table, you get to see that carbon lies over here, right? And this section of the periodic table belongs to the non-metals, ठीक है? Back to the question. Yes. So non-metals will be reacting with oxygen to give what kind of oxide? It's a,
Hydroxide.
again,
Uh,
think again. It's a basic or acidic oxide. नॉन मेटल्स जब ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं तो हमें एक ऑक्साइड मिलता है जिसे हम एसिडिक ऑक्साइड कहते हैं, ठीक है? डू रिमेम्बर दीज थिंग्स, ओके ना?
yes,
So
sir.
so after the class, what I will do now, once the chapter is finished, I will be providing the PPTs of the recent classes we had, ठीक है? हाँ, so there it will be convenient for you guys. So I just told you guys that it will be non-metal will react with oxygen to give acidic oxide. So back to the question. My question is that I need to find the nature of the gas. Question मेरा ये है, what is the nature of gas? So can you guys not tell me what is the nature of the gas? Is it going to be acidic gas or basic gas?
Say acidic.
This is going to be acidic gas now. Yeah. So as you guys know, since charcoal is a type of carbon, and when carbon burns, thereby carbon dioxide is produced now,
Yes, sir.
right? So basically यहाँ पे carbon burn हो रहा है oxygen के साथ, and then you are getting CO2, that is carbon dioxide. So in order to prove like carbon dioxide is acidic in nature, what I will do ना, मैं क्या करूंगा, इस टेस्ट ट्यूब में जो गैस accumulate हुई है, the gas that has accumulated here was, I will add some water to it, ठीक है? मैं water add करूंगा इसमें. So now I have got the aqueous solution of carbon dioxide gas,
Carbon
ठीक है?
hydroxide.
That is a, हाँ, or that is also called as what? जब
Hydroxide.
carbon carbon dioxide when it reacts with water ना, so हमें क्या मिलेगा? Since carbon dioxide is acidic oxide, so obviously acidic oxide when it will be reacting with water, thereby you will get an acid, and that is called as carbonic acid. So हम क्या कहते हैं? Carbonic acid कहते हैं, okay ना? So these are some of the things that you will guys have to study in the higher classes also. So don't worry, like don't worry with these terms, okay now? So get familiar to these terms now. So carbon dioxide reacts with water to form carbonic acid. And who will tell me like this will turn which litmus paper into which color? Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, let others try as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let them answer. Then you will be. Yeah. Moz, Ahmed.
Yes.
Yes.
हाँ, acid जो है, the acid it turns which litmus paper into which color?
The red to blue.
Red to blue. Okay, red to blue. What about you, Ahmed? Do you also agree or do you differ with this? Basically, now, look here, guys. Yeah, Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
This carbonic acid, when I did litmus paper test, so what will I find? कि ये किस litmus paper को किस color में change करेगा?
So I think so. Blue to red.
Blue litmus paper to red, obviously. Right, Arhan?
Yes, sir.
It will be turning blue litmus to red. So hence the nature of the gas is acidic in nature. Getting it now, Moaz, Arhan, Ahmed. So do
Yes, sir.
remember that thing.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? Okay, so I'm supposing you guys will revise whatever the things we have discussed so far in the class.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now, because without revising them, it's no point. Okay, now let's do talk about uses of metals. So we will try to quickly wrap up this. Uses of metals. What are the uses of the metals? Right. So in almost, yeah, in
Tools
in
and
building tools, yeah.
equipments.
Mm-hmm. Acha, why is it that early humans shifted from using stone tools to the tools made up of iron? Yeah. Why?
Since tools were not that durable and would break easily, that's why.
Exactly. So thereby we came in the iron age now. हम
Yes, sir.
iron age में पहुंचे. Right. So almost like uh, calculating from today, iron age was somewhere between 1200 to 500 BC era. Right now, this time पे ये iron age था. Right now. So you have like a stone age as well. You have bronze age as well. So iron से पहले copper discover हुआ था.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So copper was discovered before the discovery of the iron. Getting it now? So pehle people were living in the stone age. Then came bronze age, and then came the iron age.
Yes, sir.
Okay now. So that is the thing. Okay, guys, we are like required to join room number 1. Okay now.
Yes, sir.
So everyone join room number 1. Okay, don't know what's happening. Everyone here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm. So talking about the uses of the metals. So we did saw like basically why people shifted to use of metal like iron, right? So we have different variety of uses of the metals like iron, copper, aluminum. These type of metals are used for making different type of tools. Like it is used for making cooking utensils, for like water boilers. हाँ? So ये कुछ uses हैं iron के, copper के, aluminum के. So these are also called as industrial metals, right? These are also called as industrial metals.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like talking about copper metal specifically. So copper metal, it is specifically used for making electric wires.
Yes, sir.
Electric wires हम बनाने के लिए use करते हैं since it is a good conductor of electricity. Why we won't be using silver also, which is the best conductor of electricity? Because it is
Expensive.
expensive, right? Okay, so that is the thing. It is also used in the electric motors as well. Electric motors में हम use करते हैं copper का. It is also used in the armature of dynamos. The armature of dynamos also it is used. Okay, then like talking about aluminum. Aluminum हम कहाँ use करते हैं? You guys tell me, where do we use aluminum?
Cooking wraps.
Cooking wraps. Okay, हाँ.
Handles.
So cooking foil, there it is used, and then
Uh,
electric cables. आपने देखा होगा. The electric cables, that is also made up of aluminum wire now. Electric cables, you will see it is made up of aluminum wire. So
yes,
for
sir.
making electric cables, it is used there. Okay. Aluminum foils, as you said, it is also used. That is a cooking foil. It is used for packaging, like food, for medicines, for packaging chocolates. Right now. Okay. Then talking about iron. Iron is used for a variety of purposes, right? But directly से हम use नहीं करते हैं. इसे हम stainless steel के form में use करते हैं. It is used in the form of steel,
Yes, sir.
right? So it is used to make a variety of things. For example, it is used to make nails, screws, yeah, for making iron pipes in the railings
Automobiles.
in automobiles. In the gas cylinders, it is used, right? In office furnitures, it is used. It is used to make industrial tools, industrial machines also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's a lot of uses of it. Talking about zinc, where do we use zinc? This is a very common one. I hope everyone remembers this.
Mm.
Do you guys remember? In order to protect iron from rusting, ना iron को rust से बचाने के लिए हम zinc की coating करते हैं. That is
Yes,
called
sir.
as galvanization,
Sir,
right, Ahmed?
yeah. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So हम वहाँ पर electroplating करते हैं, right? So there we are basically coating the iron object with the zinc layer of zinc, right? Then you have like silver and gold. So these are basically ornam made used for making jewelry, right?
Can we put electric rod in copper?
Can we put
Electric rod that
electric uh-huh.
put on top of the building so that electricity won't
Mm-hmm.
hit
So that electricity won't?
hit the whole building.
Exactly. So basically what happens whenever there's a thunderstorm now, so there's a chances that if the height of the building is high in respect to the surrounding, so it's likely that the lightning might strike the building. So thereby we basically place a iron rod over here, right? It could be it's better to make use of copper here, right? So thereby what will happen now, why this pillars, there are pillars in the building, so why the pillars, the current will not be transferred into the ground, hence the building
Earthing.
will be prevented from collapsing.
Earthing.
Earthen wire also, so earth wire is also there, so that is also made using the conductors, basically the copper wire. Okay. One of the most common metal is a mercury, right? So it is
Yes,
used to make thermometer,
yes, sir.
and it is also used in barometer, also in the aneroid barometer that measures the atmospheric pressure. Also, you guys remember, our body has enough iron to form a piece of nail. हमारे body में sufficient amount of iron है. So if all of that iron were to be used, a piece of iron nail can be formed. Getting this thing. So that is a very interesting thing about our own body also. Right now.
Yes, sir.
Also, you guys know, in our blood there's a red pigment. What do we call that red pigment?
Uh,
Red blood
hemoglobin.
cells. Red bloods. That is
Hemoglobin.
hemoglobin. So guys, in the red blood cells you have a pigment that is red in color, which you all know as hemoglobin. And
Yes.
hemoglobin basically binds with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin, and in this manner it transports the oxygen to different cells of the body.
Yes, sir.
Getting this thing now. So iron is present in this hemoglobin. Iron present hota hai. ठीक है ना? Where is iron present? It is present in hemoglobin
Hemoglobin.
also. So, for example, suppose if there's a deficiency of iron in the body of the person, then there will be lesser hemoglobin in the body of the person, in the blood of the person, right? So it means कि अगर lower level होगा iron का हमारे body में, so it means that there will be lesser level of hemoglobin. So lesser level of hemoglobin means that less oxygen will be transported to the different parts of the body. So hence
Yes.
हमारे different body के different parts में oxygen की shortness होगी. So that will make you feel tired. That will make you feel weak, right? So that
Yes.
was the use of the metal. If you guys have to add something to it, please do tell me. Because now we are going to talk about uses of non-metals. Yeah, Ahmed, Arhan, Moz, everything clear with metal? Any
Yes.
questions there?
No, sir.
Okay, why others are silent in the class? Yeah. Yes, Moz, Ahmed, everything clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ahmed, you? Now let's talk about uses of the non-metals. Good. Like in talking about non-metals. So non-metals की भी बहुत ज़्यादा significance है हमारे nature में. For example, oxygen. Huh? Oxygen is a non-metal, right? You
Hydrogen.
have hydrogen. You have like nitrogen, right? So nitrogen cycle होता है nature में. You guys
Carbon.
remember? Carbon is also there. Getting it? So these are life supporting elements. Oxygen is a life supporting element. Nitrogen is a life supporting element. Carbon is a life supporting element. Without these elements, life could not be imagined. So
Yes, sir.
oxygen is a non-metal which is used by both plants and animals to carry out respiration in their body. Getting it now? So oxygen हमारे लिए बहुत ही essential है. Also, you won't be able to lit fire if there is no oxygen. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So you have like oxygen. So this is basically used for breathing, and breathing का basically goal क्या होता है हमारे body में? To cause respiration.
Yes, sir.
Respiration, you all know that this is breakdown of food in presence of
Oxygen.
oxygen, and in some cases it could be in absence of oxygen also.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you might have I did told you I believe about the aerobic and anaerobic respiration also.
Yes,
Huh?
sir.
Hmm. Apart from that, it helps in the process of combustion also. Combustion basically क्या है? This is basically burning.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो combustion में भी oxygen का बहुत ज़्यादा important role है, right? So that's why you might have seen if there's a fire breakout somewhere, so then we make sure that whatever is burning, you need to cut the oxygen supply to that burning thing. So that's why, for example, let's say if a person unfortunately has caught fire, so we wrap the person with a thick blanket.
Yes,
Ever
sir.
thought why we would be putting a thick blanket over the person?
Sir, since the thick blanket cuts off the oxygen supply.
Exactly, right? That is the use of the oxygen here. Then we have got nitrogen. So nitrogen is used where? It is very important for plants, for making fertilizers it is used.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? And uh, so nitrogen is there. Remember the NPK fertilizers, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium fertilizers. Getting it now? Also, you guys know like the chips you guys eat, chips, yeah, different type of chips. So that is also filled with the nitrogen gas
Yes, sir.
because it is inert in nature. Inert means non-reactive,
Yes,
जो
sir.
react नहीं करता हो. So there it is used. Getting it now? So food packaging में भी इसका use है. So if the foods were not to be filled with the nitrogen gas, so thereby the food will be reacting with the oxygen there. Hence, food poisoning will happen. Okay. Then similarly, हमारे पास like you all might have heard or might have studied about chlorification.
Yes, sir.
Chlorine भी एक non-metal है. So chlorine is basically used in the water purification.
Yes, sir.
वाटर प्यूरिफिकेशन में हम यूज करते हैं सिंस इट किल्स द बैक्टीरियाज. ठीक है ना? Okay, so it can kill the germs, so thereby it is used. Then you have others also. For example, you guys have might have studied about the iodine test, or sometimes I might have also told about it. Iodine test, remember?
Yes, sir.
Huh? So iodine test is done. So you have the iodine is also
To prove starch present in the object.
exactly to check for the presence of a starch. Okay. Also, you might have seen that it is like a purple color solution now, and it is used as an antiseptic. If you ever had a wound or cut, and if you went to the doctor would apply a purple color solution over it. एक पर्पल कलर सॉल्यूशन वो अप्लाई करते हैं वुंड के ऊपर. हाँ, you might have seen it. Then doctor places cotton over it, right now. So that
Yes,
is
sir.
a antiseptic. वो antiseptic basically क्या है? आयोडीन होता है वो.
Coagulant.
Also it is called as tincture of iodine भी हम कहते हैं इसे, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So which is applied on the cuts or on the wounds, right? Okay, then
So
in the
gallium.
crack, yeah,
Gallium
gallium is also there.
used for making mirrors and liquid thermometers.
For liquid thermometers, yeah, so it is used there as well. Talking about crackers, or talking about like matchsticks, वहाँ पे हम क्या use करते हैं? Phosphorus use
Phosphorus.
करते हैं. Then we use sulfur also. So phosphorus is used plus sulfur is also used in the crackers. Getting it now. Also, one of the most commonly found nonmetal in the nature is carbon, basically,
Yes, sir.
right? So carbon is basically acting as a fuel,
Yes, sir.
and there are different forms of carbon available. Different forms of carbon available in nature में, like it is in the form of coal, coal, or coke, right now, or we have other examples also. Remember, bitumen,
Coal tar.
coal gas.
Yes, sir.
Coal gas is there, coke is there, bitumen is there. All these are different forms of uh, carbons which are available there. Okay.
The sulfur.
Sulfur.
Yes.
We missed sulfur. So talking about sulfur, it is used where? You know, sulfur
Make
is basically, yes,
car batteries.
in the car batteries it is used. Also, it is used in making the rubbers hard, in the
Fertilizers.
hardening of rubber, in the fertilizers. It is used. Okay, in fertilizers it is used, and also you told as like in the car batteries also it is used. Yes, in the car batteries also it is used. Okay, now, and sulfur is yellowish in color, and sometimes you might have seen in the car batteries now there are two terminals like this outside the कार बैटरीज. अब कार बैटरीज के बाहर देखते हैं दो टर्मिनल्स होते हैं, और
Yes.
टर्मिनल्स के ऊपर हमें क्लिप अटैच करनी होती है, राइट? और ये क्लिप आइदर एक फैन को पावर कर रहा होगा, या फिर इट वुड बी पावरिंग अप सम इलेक्ट्रिकल अप्लायंस. सो समटाइम्स वी सी कि अराउंड दीज टर्मिनल्स नाउ एक येलोइश कलर का कुछ फॉर्म होता है, राइट ना? सो दैट थिंग एक्चुअली इज सल्फर. So it is found in the car batteries. Also, it is used to harden the rubbers. ठीक है? Okay. All right, so that's it for today, guys. So whatever doubts you have in the class, make sure you keep all your doubts before the next class. And I would be answering some questions from the chapters. So be prepared and do revise the concepts. And as for you, Ahmed, you make sure like watch the recordings of the chapter.
He's not here.
It's not here. Okay, okay. Okay, guys. So that's it for today. We'll be meeting in next class then.
Laugh is good.
Love is. Yeah. Yeah. How are you guys?
Amazing, sir.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. Sundus and Chakrika. Why isn't here? Okay. Chakrika is also not here right now. Okay. Hmm.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening. So how are you guys? Yeah, Chakrika, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm also good. Okay, so let's continue from where we left in the previous class. Yeah. So we were doing the heating effect of electric current, right? Okay, now. And there we got to see that when a current flows in a either in an electrical appliance or either in the wire, so it leads to generation of heat, and the amount of heat generated varies from a varies from a given varies from substance to substance, right?